If you're thinking about selling your home in Concord, California, there's one mistake that people are making right now that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Now, it's not what you think. It's not pricing. One of the things people are doing is they're preparing their homes in a wrong way when thinking about going on the market. Now, in this video, we're going to go through step by step and getting you ready to prepare your home and giving you the right plan for preparing your home. I'm Ron Melvin, and I help people sell their homes here in Concord, California, help them strategically plan as they prepare their home and get it on the market, help them negotiate top dollar for their homes. Now, there's three things that we focus on when getting our home ready for the market. The first thing, everybody knows, we make our home look the best we can. Now, we do this within our budget, and we focus on return on investment when doing this. We focus on those simple things that are going to maximize our return on investment. These are things like cleaning, decluttering, minor gardening, maybe staging, and then maybe possibly some painting. And let's consider this. These things are really going to get you the best return on investment. Let's see how they actually work. Now, one of the things, let's consider two homes, okay? They're both originally worth $500,000, okay? Now, one home, we're going to remodel the kitchen. The other home, we're simply going to paint the cabinets and put some hardware, clean it up. The kitchen remodel is going to cost us $50,000. We're going to get 125% return on investment, so we can sell that home for $562,500. Now, the home that's we're just painting the cabinets, we can sell that home for about $520,000. Now, it's going to cost us about $3,000 to do that. So we've got a 666% return on investment over here. On this one, we're remodeling the kitchen. It's about 125% return on investment. Now, we subtract out our 5% commission on both of them. And one of the things we end up is we look at the home that has the full kitchen remodel. We end up getting a profit of $484,000 and some change. Now, if we take a look at the one that's sold for less, but we had the higher return on investment, we're actually walking away with about $491,000. Now, you can see those situations. This home sold for more. We put a lot more work and a lot more effort into this one, but we ended up making more money over here. And that's the secret of really focusing in on return on investment. Now, number two, guys, you got to get your inspections. There's some things that inspections do for you. It's three things. First, it ensures you don't get hit with any surprises. Second, it puts you in a negotiating strength. It gives you negotiating strength in the process. What happens is, first, I mentioned you don't have any surprises, so you're able to disclose the things that's out there. Number two, you can position yourself and say, hey, I'm not going to reduce my price. I'm not going to make any repairs. I'm not going to give you a credit. I have told you about these things, so account for these things in your price. So it reduces the chances of any type of negotiations once you go into contract. So the price you get is the price you end up closing with. We don't have these price reductions and so forth going on because of inspections, because of those surprises that come from it. So the third thing is it helps you manage risk. Your inspections are an enhancement on your disclosures. So it gives you more disclosures, you're telling them more, you're covering yourself, you're managing your risk a little bit more. So those are three things the inspections do for you. Ensures you don't get surprised, helps you negotiate, and helps you manage risk. Okay, the third thing when preparing your home for the market is repairs. Strategically handle repairs. Now, sometimes major repairs on your home, it needs a new roof, it needs a foundation work and so forth. You can simply put an estimate out there. Now, one of the things what we want to make sure when putting an estimate out there, make sure you're getting the estimate. Make sure it's a realistic estimate, because if you're going out and getting the estimate, you can control the material that's being used, how it's being repaired, the contractor that's doing the work, and that allows you to keep the cost a little more realistic. sometimes if your buyers go out and they're getting an estimate, they're going to ask for upgrades. They may, instead of a 30-year roof, they're going to ask for a 50-year roof, and they may not go to the most inexpensive contractor out there. So what's going to end up happening is they're going to come in with high estimates, and when you try to negotiate them down, you're still on the high side, or you're still paying for the full amount of repairs. Now, one of the things also, putting the repairs out there allows you to position yourself as, hey, account for this in your offer price. So that's two things. When putting those estimates out there, control them, and also gives you a little bit more negotiating power. Also, it's an enhancement on your disclosures. Now, if you're actually going to do the repairs, here's one of the things I always tell people. If you've got minor things that are visible, I always tell people to avoid subtraction. And really what that is you want to avoid situation where buyers are coming in and they're seeing things that may need some kind of work, and they're going, oh, that's going to cost this much, and they're subtracting from what they're going to offer. So that's one of the things you want to avoid. And by putting an estimate out there, or making minor repairs, you can actually avoid that. Now, going back to minor repairs, if you're going to make those repairs, you want to make sure that you're doing it, and again, controlling it, because you can control the contractor, you can control the material that's used, and you can control how it's done, and you're going to control the price. So that's going to allow you to better manage the process and keep the process within your budget. So guys, you're looking to sell your home, go out there, you're going to see our home evaluation site. Will keep you updated on what your home's worth. Also, if you got questions along the way, look around the screen, you can see my number, reach out to me, here to answer any of your questions. Have a great rest of your week now. Bye-bye.